Guys,
Oh, yeah, go
welcome
on,
in.
edge it like that.
Welcome in. So, yeah. So we've had
You cut me off.
no, we've had Joseph for the past 2 weeks. Hold on. No, this is actually planned. You might not think it is. You might not think it is. Right. Hold on. First of all, we just got a meow. So Joe's gone. Right. Joe is gone, and we have to bring back. Oh, hey, oh, why is he not working? Yay! There he is. He's back.
Ni hao,
He's
shaggers, we're
back. The way that whooper just got dashed there, it's unreal, man. What a gent.
Ni hao, shaggers, we're so back. We're so back.
We are back.
Mate, where did the Sullies come from in all this? What's going on, man? It's been 2 weeks and we've rebranded, yeah?
No. It's hot out. Not as hot as certain places, but no, it's hot, man. Man's not hot. Man's not hot.
Chilling.
Yeah.
Man, I've missed you, man. I've missed you. I've missed this.
I missed you too.
You know? Oh, right. Is that it? We ending it there, like.
Yeah, shag now.
Moment.
Oh shit.
Ni hao, shaggers. That's what we're saying.
Right,
but, guys, we are fucking back. Episode 19. Mate, you're not getting on the Maggies already. Holy shit, he has missed me. We're so back. We're so back. The pod is back.
I know.
We're back in business.
We just keep them all in the room. Hold on, we got those.
Oh my god, man's got the Maggie holder.
Man's the Magnum man, not the Captain Bumberclark that locked off Loughborough.
Question is, are those all empty or full?
So those 3 are empty. These 2 are full.
Why are the empty ones not in the bin?
I had them like yesterday or the day before.
You've drank 3 Maggies at home.
Yeah.
That's called a problem. You know that.
Yeah, I've been working hard, innit? You know what I mean?
Mate, Tom's about to start speaking like Bumberclark. You see me with that Maggies.
What was it? M.R. Wine pon the pussy half me dead.
Fucking hell. Guys, we're back. Episode 19. If you're listening back, Spotify. What other platform? Fucking hell, Apple Music. Fuck me, I have been away.
It's been a minute.
I've been away. I've been on a paid leave, collecting content. Some might say. First things first. Shout out to Joseph for stepping in when we needed him most. What a guy. Still, fuck Spurs. You're still not going to win.
I thought you said he still fucks birds. I don't know.
I mean, he might. Listen, what he does in his spare time outside the podding, you know what I mean? That's none of our business. None of our business. But we are back. We have returned. I've been in the land of the rising sun, and now I've come here for Thomas's bum. That's what we're looking at.
Jesus Christ. Right, guys. So this podcast is solely for entertainment purposes. We do not advocate overconsumption or abuse of alcohol or drinking Maggies outside of the podcast, and we do not promote binge drinking. See? All guests have the choice whether they wish to consume alcohol or not, and it is their responsibility to drink responsibly. But guys, you can drink as much as you want as long as you have like a meal with it. That's the rules, innit? If you have like a carvery dinner or a meal, or you've got some pasta as well. We've got some pasta there that will be consumed slowly but surely. Josh has got what's that? Got some beer, Jubel.
Yeah, man, the good shit. The grapefruit Jubel.
Is that short for like Jude Bell, like Jude Bellingham? Is that
Mate, you've had Jubel before, right?
I have, yeah. I just know how much you love Jude. I know how much you love Jude Bellingham.
Oh, I hate him, man. What a rat he is. What's your drink of choice? You're just drinking fucking Maggies, aren't you?
Yeah.
Mate, you are an actual fucking savage, mate. Right? So, chat, right? Before this shit fucking started, right? No, was it? No, it might be when we started. Bro's got 3 empty Maggies from the last 2 days. He's just drank indoors on his own. That's called having a problem, man.
Who said I drank on my own? Who said that?
You 100% did. You weren't drinking it with Eva.
I told you, like, she tried some, said it was nice.
Yeah, tried it, yeah. Thomas, good to be back, man. Chin chin.
Had to, man. Now the chicken's tasting lang now. Got the season in it. I mean.
Oh man, that's good. Yeah, guys, we are back. We're back from Japan. We got some shit to talk about, man.
Who's we? You're back from Japan. Man was stuck in the shithole working.
Stuck in the shitter, yeah, that's where you were.
We were.
Wrong hole in that. Wrong hole in that. Guys, we have some shit to talk about, man. We have some shit to talk about. Big changes to Pokemon Go coming up. Yeah, I know, boo, boring, video game, shit, bollocks. Do we want to cover that real quick so then we can get into like the actual like fun shit?
How much Lego can you stick up your bum?
Yeah, oh, Jesus Christ. Anyway, mate, you made me completely trail of thought there. I'm not glad you. I was just thinking about how much Lego I could fit up my ass.
Oh,
But
shit.
guys, we this could be the Scopely effect coming in. We don't know, but we're seeing the first big changes Pokemon Go in, I would say, like in quite some time, right?
A little while, yeah. It feels like a while since they've done anything like
Like massive,
no
yeah.
pun intended. It feels like a long while since they've done anything remotely game changing.
Remotely. Ooh, see what you did there.
Yeah.
But yeah, so updates to Pokemon Go Shadow Raid and Max Battles. Well, mate. Starting with Crown Clash taking over event on May 13th, 11 a.m. local time. Trainers can participate in Shadow Raid remotely with a remote raid pass. That's outside of events. That will just now be a thing. And which then leads on to the next big thing is that the daily remote raid limit is increasing from 5 to 10 permanently.
I think that's quite good. I think that's a good change.
I can't lie, I'm very surprised by it. I really am proper surprised. I thought the changes to remotes, I thought they were really going to stick to their guns too. I thought it would be 5, 20 for a raid day, and then for certain
global events, just go unlimited.
Yeah, unlimited. So yeah, to see that kind of change is, I don't know. For me, it's quite surprising. But then they've kind of doubled down on that. Updates to Max Battles starting on May 19th before GMAX Battle Day. Trainers will be able to join Max Battles remotely by using a raid pass and particles. And the ability to join Max Battles remotely will remain in effect after conclusion of the event. Trainers who participate in Max Battles in person will earn more Premier Balls and XP than before.
Premier Beers, mate. Tell me you've got a problem. Tell me you've got a problem.
Yeah, I know. It is bad. It is bad. No, because genuinely, so when I was in Japan, one of the big beers there is called, the brand is called the Premium Malts.
Okay.
That's what the brand, and it's like a premium beer. So that is literally the brand name, the Premium Malts. So just, stuck in that mindset.
Stuck in the mud.
And the limit of the max particles trainers can hold will increase from 1,000 to 1,500. And the limit may increase for special events. That bit is fucking stupid. Just put it up to fucking 5,000, for God's sake.
1,500.
Right?
1,500
It's
weird.
fucking pointless, man. It's nothing. Like, it's literally nothing.
Because also, for these Dynamax weekends, you can only collect 1,600 from stops, which means you have to go over the limit. So it's not even... Just make it, a round number.
Yeah, but then the problem with that is that hasn't upped the daily limit of what you can collect. Right?
Yeah.
So you can still only collect 1,000 a day.
You can just hold
it basically just means, you come on, man, just fucking pull that shit up, you know what I mean? But yeah, big changes. I'll be honest, Max Battles, I'm really not sure how I feel about it, to be honest. It's obviously very good for people who don't have access to them. I do think specifically for my situation, where in my local community we've put a lot of effort into kind of making our town like the go-to place to grind events. People were traveling from like other parts of London to come specifically here.
Other parts of
and
the
now
UK,
it's kind of like
the UK.
And now it's kind of like we don't have to, because so we don't have the info yet, but I did see on one of the trusted infographic people that you could do like 20 remote G-Rax raids, which okay, listen, right? We should preface this off the rip. Just because you can do 20 G-Max raids doesn't mean you should. I do not think you should.
Yeah.
If you break it down cost by cost, it works out you're going to have, in pounds, Great British pounds, you're paying about £4 per battle. That is a lot. That is fucking expensive, right? As in, so before anyone say, so I'm talking, if you buy one bundle of max particles
and one bundle of raid pass, that's how it will work out. Yeah.
At cost, you are paying £4 a battle. and you can do 20 of them. That's a lot. That is expensive. I think my advice, if you are from, a more rural area, that's not an option for you. Do 2 or 3. Don't do the fucking max remote. That's a lot of money. That is a lot of money that can be put towards elsewhere. If you are in an area where you have a good group who are going to do them anyway, realistically, you should be doing no remotes. Or, if you're busy and you can't make it, do 1 and then fucking lucky trade with your lucky community. Don't do 20. Don't do it. Don't do that. That's a lot of fucking money. That's what, £80 to do 20 fucking remote G maxes?
But that's if the limit's 10,
that's not worth it.
Would they up the remote limit to 20 the same way they do for raid days for Gmax days? So you can only do 10
correct.
anyway. But if it's like, if they do it as 20, it's still a lot. I think even remote in 10, remote in 10's a lot. So like, if you can do it, you've got a limited window, 2 till 5. If you're good at remote, you either remote beforehand or after, if you can justify it. Don't remote as an alternative to going out in person if you were someone that was going to go out and do it in person anyway. It's more like the way I see it, and you can disagree, or anyone that's listening back or watching live can disagree. Like, it should be supplementary to your game. It shouldn't be an alternative, because then you're taking away from like a real world interaction you would have had. And that's what me and Joe were speaking about last week, and that's why he liked going down to Woolwich. As much as Wickford is amazing for doing all these max battles, so I've heard, he likes going down to Woolwich so he can see people he hasn't seen for a while. So yeah I know, right? And it's nice, and even if it's just within your local community, just doing stuff, it's just nice. But obviously remoting, if you haven't got the time and you're someone that works weekends, or you work a 9 to 5 and you can't get out to do one, or what I mean, like, I guess it's nice, you don't feel left out, so you could you can still get that dex entry if you need it as a dex entry.
But then what I would then also preface is, if you are from a small community where you're maybe just lacking the numbers, still go out and do them. But then at that point, message your friends from bigger communities, maybe bigger players, and, kind of ask them for help. Because that way, you're still going to get your local community interactions. You should have a bit of external help to kind of push you over the line. If you are from a big community, it should not be your go-to option. You should still be going out, making the effort, getting involved, helping people, having those social interactions. But then, on the other hand as well, for people, like myself, Thomas, for example, other like people that we know who, maybe are able to kind of help out in that department, reach out, message us, just say, look, me and my locals, we struggle to do them. We need a little bit of backup. Can you help? Like, people like us, we're gonna help out.
That's one way of plugging send max battles. Yeah. Send my champs. Send dudes. We will be the dudes. If you need dudes, we will be there.
Yeah, but no, cause it's true, though, isn't it? Because you don't want people in smaller communities to completely step away from that community to do it purely remotely.
Yeah, you don't want them to. You want them to try and do it in person, because let's say I don't think they'll do it, or at least not do it anytime soon, because it's quite soon into the sort of Dynamax and Gigantamax experience that they've introduced this. But let's say if they revert the change, just ran like, what I mean? You never know with this game or this company. Like, it just gets reverted, and then it's like, oh, then you've got nothing. At least if you had or have like a little community or a tight-knit group or a foundation where you can work with it and do something. Like, I'd say for Loughborough at the minute, we probably have like 9 to 10 players that I'd class as committed, in terms of they will do stuff in the area, and some of them aren't even from the area, which is kind of good and kind of bad. But and then there are some that are from the area that play the game and would venture out because they'd rather do it elsewhere, or they're not interested because it's a part of the game, or an aspect of the game, that they're happy to ignore and happy to just not do. But then they're the same people that are always asking, oh, can you trade me this, can you trade me that? And I'm all like, no, fuck off. Like, what time it is, like, when we're doing it, where we're doing it. It's like, just be there. If you want it, just be there. And I'm kind of I'm excited for Machamp because I think it will go. I think we'll do a lot more than we did last time. But I do think there will be a few. What's the phrase I'm looking for? Teething issues, as there would be with any new sort of quality of life update.
Yeah, I mean, so the big issue, I think the standout that the Pokemon Go team do need to really think about is how they implement it. I am crossing every limb of my body that we have a private group option.
Private lobbies, man. Come on. It's not hard.
Mate, they have to. Otherwise, it is going to fuck people over.
Joining in friends list, inviting.
Yeah.
Like, can you invite people? Is it only join? I've not said
this is the problem. Is they've really not patterned out.
They haven't
those details at all. They've said nothing about it.
You can do 10. Like, you can have 10 remote players in a raid. Is that the same for Gigantamax? For Dynamax? Obviously, it's not the same for Dynamax. There's only 4 players. So they've not specified a lot of things.
Yeah. But then, we don't know if you're going to be able to join through friend list. We don't know if you're going to be able to invite people. It could be like you have to be within the area to then join remotely. We don't know, but I think private lobbies need to be a thing.
Absolutely.
Based purely off of my playing experience, and obviously Thomas has taken part in GMAX battles in my area, but we always kind of split into 2 groups.
Some people naturally want to go faster than others and want to do more than others. Yeah.
But then we kind of split into 2 groups, and it's generally sort of like 25 accounts in each group because you have a group of 40, and then you've got it's no good. But then all of a sudden you got people just fucking joining off friends list, for example, and that goes out the fucking window. Next, the people who are actually there doing it potentially going to miss out, and it just gets fucking messy.
I think it's a good update. However, I just think they need to tighten up and tidy up. They need to tidy up a few things. It's like, right, so you can remote this many. Great, it costs this and this. Great, we know that. We know the cost, which I'm not surprised that they've made it right. This is how much it costs first, but we need to know the logistics of it. We need to know, for a Dynamax, how many people can remote in. If 4 people can remote in, you're never gonna go out for Dynamax. Realistically, you're not. Like for Suicune, which is the one that's happening at the time this episode's being done live. If you're listening back, it would have been last week. But Suicune is like one where you don't really need a lot realistically because Suicune's not relevant for anything. If you could have remoted it this weekend, I think a majority of people would. I probably would have because, I went out briefly to do something in town. I couldn't be to meet anyone to do Suicunes. I just made sure I got all my free ones, mate. It was basically like Dynamax Grookey raid day for me. I was like, bang, bang. I did so many because it's 250 each and just mooched off the free ones on the stops. But yeah, the point is, you need to know how many, what's the ratio of remoters to, so if you're there in a group, it's like, right, I'm going to invite people, you're going to invite people. You kind of need to know, because otherwise it's going to be like, right, everyone pile in, because otherwise remoters are going to come and steal spaces, which, it was a thing for raids for a while, where when it first got introduced, remoters were dogpiling in, and it was okay, because I think at the time, raids was a feature that was dying, and remote raids brought it back to some extent. But they need to either do private lobbies or just make it so they've tried to price people out of it by doing max particles and remote raids, but they need to do private lobbies, and you need to maybe out of a lobby of 4 only 1 person remoting, or maybe just you know what I mean, because they can't just not remote Dynamax, because then you just eliminate. And then maybe for a lobby of 40, 4 times 10 people, then it's the same as raids, 10 remoters, because then you've got at least 30 that can be there in person. So then if you've got less than 40, you can't complain.
Even for me, I think 10 would be too much.
No, I do agree, but if they're going to do it, that's the thing, because they would scale it, because obviously what a ratio of 1 to 4, 10 to 40 is exactly the same. So I don't know. I just feel like maybe they've jumped the gun with doing it so soon, because
we'll have to see.
Yeah.
We'll have to see. Yeah, man. We'll see how it plays out. I think it's another one of them ones where you kind of got a feel for those in the New Zealand time zones who, are basically, the what's the phrase?
Guinea pigs. Always the guinea pigs, man. Always the lab rats.
You know, so we'll have to say, just please give us fucking private lobbies for GMAX, please. Because it'll be a logistical fucking nightmare to do it. You know, and on top of that, do you know what? Fuck it, man. Fuck it, right? We're going to talk about this shit. We're going to talk about it.
Say it, man. Spit it.
So we had Suicune battles today, right?
Yeah.
So I didn't host because I was a bit busy. I joined later on. Brother, I can't believe it's still an issue. Like, when did we get the first GMAX? Would have been
last year, September. Sounds right.
September, yeah, ish. So I turn up today, right?
So it was when I was in 12 people. It was when I was in Barcelona, so it was September. Yeah.
There was 12 people there today, right?
Mm-hmm.
Four people. We had groups of 4 failing Suicune, right? And so I turn up and I'm like, this ain't happening. So I'm like, right, I need to like set up teams for people, and I'm still seeing people like, what, 6-7 months in, using fucking base evolution mons.
Or like Wooloos.
Powered up.
This is it. This is the thing. Like, people are just not investing.
Like, and this is one of the big problems with the GMAX feature, is people aren't powering stuff up. They're basically going, oh, if he's not a Hundo, then I'm not fucking bothering.
Because you only need them to do them, which I get. But however, you can't just rely on others / the group to invest in stuff to carry. Yeah, it don't work. In lobbies of 4, you cannot be piggybacked. You can get away with it in lobbies of 20. I've done it. You've probably done it. I've been in lobbies of 20 in raids where I'm like, right, in that raid now, I'm going to go cook dinner and stuff and come back and catch it. Like, you can do that with raids because it's easy. With this, you actually have to be paying attention. And the same with Gigantamax. Like, you have to be locked in and, you know, because you've got 40 people, or in this case, just because you've got 4 people, the max amount of people for a lobby, whether it's Dynamax or Gigantamax, you have to pull your weight. Like, you have to be healing, have to be have to know like when to do what, because otherwise, you're not going to waste resources. Like, it's not going to take max battle. You're just going to waste time. That's all it is.
Yeah, no, of course not. I think what a lot of people are failing to understand about the GMAX feature, IVs do not fucking matter. They don't matter, right? The only thing that matters is how powered up your moves are. Power up your fucking moves, man. Like you don't need, like, if you're only powering up Hundos as a casual player, you are never going to help your local community out, because getting a Hundo isn't fucking easy, right? It's like it's regular raid IVs.
I have 2. I got
like
one.
Stats,
I got one from a research. And I've only got one outright from a Dynamax battle. Unfortunately, it was like Charizard from the research, and Excadrill from the battle, which always going to power up a Hundo Excadrill. But like, I get what you're saying. Like, the casual players should at least be trying to build and invest in stuff. But where they're casual players, you know, maybe they feel like their priorities lie elsewhere, and they want to build raid stuff. So it is a fine balance.
Let me check. Oh my God. I've got 6 Hondos, and they're all Dynamax. None of them are GMAX.
I don't have a GMAX Hundo. I had someone. Sorry, go on.
No, I was just gonna preface it. You know, if you are kind of like, okay, cool. You know, I'm from a small community, never done GMAX before, blah blah. Don't let that hold you back from powering up your Dynamax stuff to, you know, kind of help out and, you know, all your weight. Will be, you know, just because you can go, oh, okay, cool, I'm gonna remote into a lobby, you know, you maybe join the lobby and you're the 37th person. You go, oh, this is fucking easy.
Yeah.
But if a certain percentage of all of you have that mindset, you know, there's every chance you're gonna fail that battle with 37 people.
It's like it's a social dynamic. Like when you're at work or whatever walk of life, it's called social loafing. And let's say you're quiet at work. You've got 5 members of staff on. Not all of you are going to be given 100% because you don't have to, because you still think you're going to get the job done, because you'll think, oh, someone else did it because there's 5 of you. And then that's like, and that's why, like, you know, it's quiet, send people home. So then there's 3 of you, and now there's less of you. You have to, you know, essentially do more work. Yeah. And like what you're saying, so I know a lot of people I don't know if it's the same for your community, Josh, or anyone that's listening back now, but a lot of people refuse to build Dynamax Machamps because they knew for Snorlax, that is, for Gigantamax Snorlax, because they knew that Gigantamax Machop was only a month or so away. What are your thoughts on that? Like, people, trying to prolong their resources, but
guys, honestly, I think a lot of it comes from like the COVID players, as we call them.
yeah.
So they've not experienced the general sort of lifespan of the game. So I will always use I will always use Gengar as a really good example, right? So Gengar, when Rin first came out, was the best ghost attack, right? So everyone built up a team of Gengars, right? And then hey, Shadow Gengar comes out, right? Right, way fucking better than regular Gengar.
Yeah.
And people built Shadow Gengar, and then they released Mega Gengar, which is even better than Shadow Gengar. So they've not been through the lifespan of it's okay to have multiple versions with different subcategories.
Yeah.
Built, right? Because some of them may become obsolete. Okay, cool, but you've got the use out of them when they were alive, and I think the problem with D-Max, G-Max is that the line between D-Max and G-Max is so fucking big in terms of how good they are.
Yeah.
That it's really putting people
off
who aren't used to that. Yeah, it is. It's putting them off building them. But which, okay, cool, fair enough. Like, resources, blah, blah, whatever. People, like, you have the resources for a reason. And I feel like this goes to just the core fundamentals of the game. And I don't understand why people play like this, right? The two easiest resource in this game to collect are Stardust and Candy.
Yep.
You get them by simply playing the game.
Yep.
As it is meant to be played, right? You catch Pokemon, you get Candy, you get Stardust, right? And there are people who are sitting on millions and millions of Stardust, thousands and thousands of Candy. And it's like, for what? Just fucking use them,
Sorry, mate. I'll try. I'll try to.
No, you know what I mean?
Yeah. People that don't have to stop, like, you're sat on probably a decent amount of Stardust, but, like, you're not there, like, with counters, like, and stuff, gagging to be built.
Yeah.
Like, there are people, like you said, that have got resources that could build, like, a whole army for raids, for fucking max battles, but for some reason they're hoarding it. For what? What are you hoarding it for?
Yeah. But then, to be fair, I would like to address one of the comments in the live chat from Teltron Max. He makes a very good point. I think from a gameplay point of view, the transition from D-Max to G-Max has been so fucking quick.
Yeah.
I think because Dynamax failed their original kind of goals, that they kind of just pushed G-Max out.
Yeah.
Because people just don't care about Dynamax. They really fucking don't. The only Dynamax people care about, in my opinion, are the legendaries.
And when Latios and Latias come out.
Yeah. And Chansey.
Yeah.
They're the only ones people care about because they know the others are going to get G-Maxes. But, because it maybe wasn't as successful as they thought, they've kind of rushed it out. So then, yeah, it is kind of annoying that, you've built this stuff and within literally weeks.
It's not as good as what you can get.
Yeah. But then, again, maybe G-Max is just a rush feature. Like, we're now getting what? We're now getting a G-Max battle day. What, once a month for the last how many months now?
Yeah, so Snorlax was like... Snorlax was... What, 2 weeks ago? It was longer than that. But basically, after Snorlax, 2 weeks later was Entei or something. Between Entei and Suicune, it was like... No, sorry. Entei and Suicune, it was like 2 weeks. It's like... But this boils down to not just max battles. It's just like... every weekend there is an event. And obviously they know at the minute, I think that Gigantamax is the one, it's the sort of the new in thing. Raid's been in the game for ages. The Gigantamax, it's the new cash cow, which hence why they've probably, you're able to remote it now. Shadow raids and accessibility were apparently an issue for a while in terms of legendaries and stuff, but we saw that with like when they have a good shadow legendary, put remote raids on it, people will do it. So whether it's because money's low or not, we don't know. People can speculate, people can have their theories, but I think it's just one of those things. They know it's the in thing now. So to allude to what Max said in the comments, I think having Dynamax Machop released before Gigantamax, because they know people are going to do it, because they know that Snorlax is coming, and there'll be people that will do it regardless. And then they have they have fucking Machop Community Day Classic the day before to accumulate. They know what they're doing, man. They know what they're doing. They're doing it deliberately. Like they know people. Some people are gonna build it regardless, and that's all they care about. Yeah. Whereas the people that won't, it's like don't care, like because there'll be enough people probably in your community who'll do it. And if you don't do it, you probably aren't our main audience. If you're not gonna do it, you're not the person that's trying to do over 30 max battles in 3 hours. You're the person that's going to do your freeze and go home. They don't care about you necessarily, as bad as it sounds.
But then I think we spoke about this before. I think a lot of it boils back to. Do you remember when they first released? The Mega Pokemon, and they were pointless to doing. There was no point in doing them.
They were stupid hard. They were stupid hard to do. I remember like not Gmax, sorry, Mega Venusaur being like actually difficult to do. Yeah. Like it was weird.
Yeah, and then they did the big rework where you got the extra candies, blah blah. I think they need to do something like that for Gmax to make people interested and invest into things to do them. Because at the minute, there's really no point in people doing them, right? Outside of the games, because like realistically, if we're being honest, the actual rewards for doing Gmax battles are fucking broken.
The rewards are mad, which is why I say a lot of people, I'm generalizing here, but that's why I assume a lot of people justify doing them, because you have to think about how long it would take you to get those rewards if you don't do them, just manually playing the game, whereas it's quick and easy XP and Stardust.
But then to me, it's like I say, it needs a rework. We need to see some kind of features similar to the Mega Pokemon where you could activate it in PvE, and you'll receive some kind of buff in game.
Yeah.
Overworld. Whether it's for I don't know, for Mega Pokemon you get extra candy, right? Do Gmax and you get extra dust, for example, for catching.
So incentivize doing Gmax not just for the rewards and having the mons to obviously, because like we said before, Dmax and Gmax are literally to do Dmax and G. You can use them for raids and stuff as well, but like specifically that's what they're for. Do you think that's a flawed part of the system, that you need to have Dmax and Gmax to do the battles itself? Do you feel like if people had their, or would that just make it just another form of raids?
No. The thing is for me, like I say, I think that's completely fine.
Yeah.
To be honest, I think again it goes down to resources. You have resources for a reason to use, right? Can you tell me a reason why you would ever need to hold 30 million Stardust for for what? Realistically, for what? You're not using it for anything.
Yeah, if you're in hindsight, if you're a casual player and you're missing stuff, whether it's your raid counters, whether it's your obviously max battle counters, whether it's like gym defenders, PvP stuff, it's general stuff. Like there's no need to hold all that starter. If you're missing stuff and you could be of some sort of service or assistance for your community, maybe even go as far as saying you could carry them, invest it. If you're someone like, for me, I invest like as I go now. I'm sitting on like 21 mil whatever Stardust, and I'm like, I'm trying to invest in stuff where I can, but a lot of the time it's like if I get something new good, I'm excited because it's a new toy, it's something new for me to invest in. Whereas a lot of people that are, like you said, the COVID players don't understand. Like, I guarantee, like most players, if you've been playing this game for a while, I've still got a team of Tyrannitars, 6 of them level 40 shit, so you could raid Mewtwo's. Like, sometimes you've just got to bite the bullet and, make a few rotters, because they're not rotters at the time. Like, you just got to get it done. But like you said, a lot of these new age players don't understand that.
But then I think a lot of the GMAX thing is it kind of does rely on players like you and me.
Yeah.
To basically do Pokemon Go's work for them.
Yeah.
And basically we have to make them care about the feature, right? Is the main thing, because people don't care about them, But on top of that, Pokemon Go then need to give a purpose to doing them. Look, like I say, give us something. Just give us a rework, same as what they did to Mega Pokemon. Because then it makes our job easier to make our local players care about doing more than their free ones. I've just seen in chat someone said that you can't use them in raids. The problem is I think the game's coding, I think it would fall apart first and foremost.
Yeah, you saw the way it went with the primals, trying to get do a Mega Master League, which you thought, oh, that's a fun thing for players that want to play Master League but don't maybe have the resources for legendaries, but they might have a Mega Venusaur or a Mega Gyarados, which are community day free to play mons, and they fucked it. Yeah.
But then I also think the problem with if you then make GMAX available for regular raids, it then makes Mega Pokemon completely useless, right?
Yeah.
Like, there's no point for them at that point because GMAX are stronger statistic wise,
The Megas,
and Megas. So the Megas then become obsolete. And you end up in just a fucking endless
in a circle where you're trying to make one good without at not at the expense of the other. Like you're trying to make everything relevant, but for different reasons and different purposes, which I think is the word that's been thrown around a lot. Like there needs to be a point in doing them other than doing them for the sake of doing them, or doing them to redo them, or like to do the specific battles that you need them to do. So it's stupid, man.
But we'll see. We'll just see what happens and kind of trust the process, I guess.
Oh, fucking hell! Don't say that. It's triggering.
But I think I think with the upcoming changes to just making these features more accessible, I think is just a good kind of heads up to maybe where the game is headed.
Yeah.
In general, so maybe these kind of issues are going to be addressed, and people will then start to care more about them. Which fingers crossed they do, because for me personally, GMAX is one of my favorite features in the game. Not necessarily what they do, but what it brings the community out to do.
Yeah,
it's been nothing but positive from my point of view. It really has. I've seen my local community grow massively.
Has it really got people out and about, like people that you ain't seen just spawning out the woodwork?
But then it's because we've made people care about them.
Yeah,
and because you see so many people online say, "Oh, we can't do them," blah blah. We fail them.
Yeah.
If they know they're gonna go, if they're gonna go to a community where they know they're
gonna get it done.
They're going to get them done. And B, they're going to make the most of the time they've taken out of their day to go and get as many done as they can.
Yeah.
Then people would then come into my community, right? Which, is good, but it's fucking stressful. Because, as much as it is a more challenging feature to do, people don't want to take 3 hours out of their weekend to go and do 2 battles, right? Because there's no fucking point, right? There's no fucking point.
It makes me want
That's not-
to. It makes me want to throw hands when I'm in a position where it's like fucking hell. Like I'm only able to do X amount. I could go literally anywhere and do more. But is that me being selfish? Is it me just like trying to get people like trying to incentivize people to play here? Because I know that I can't. Like if I want to go elsewhere and play it, for me that costs me not money in terms of what I spend in the game, but like if I want to go somewhere, I'm gonna probably have to take the whole day off work. It's a 3-hour event. I should only need to be able to do 3 hours where I live, and then go to work. Like that's how I justify it. And if it were an evening thing, I'd do it the other way around. It's fucking. I don't want. It's fucking bullshit. Because if people are only gonna do, and my thing is, if people are only gonna do the free ones, you don't have to do the first fucking 4 or 5, depending on how much you've saved. Just do them throughout. If you're gonna spend 3 hours doing 4 or 5, do it. I ain't gonna stop you. But it's just selfish when you expect everyone else to wait for you when it's like 40-man lobbies.
It's I don't know. I think the whole system needs an overhaul. I think people need a reason to do them. I think they have to give it the kind of mega Pokemon treatment in that aspect. Obviously now being able to remote them, makes it more accessible to people, which is great. That needs to be implemented in a way that isn't going to fuck up.
It doesn't take away access from people that are there on top of the power stop.
I feel like the Gmax, Machamp, and it's probably because we've played this game enough. We know there's going to be some kind of fucking problem with it. I'm going to get a fucking makeup day for it, which should never happen.
No.
But realistically, we all fucking know it's going
to happen with a Snorlax. In that case, it was the fucking catch circle, and the affected time zones got an extra 2 hours at a time, and then got a makeup day. Like we just want it. We just want it done, and we just want it done somewhat properly. Like make it so they're able to be caught, and it's not too fucking. You're not spending ages trying to catch one at the expense of not being able to do the next one. Because for a lot of casual players, they want to at least catch 1 or 2.
Yeah, for definite. I mean, I don't know. I've got high hopes, especially now with Scopely coming in and giving the Pokemon Go team a bit more sort of free reign. I'm hoping now we're going to see a lot more positive feedback put into the game.
Yeah.
Rather than the feedback being taken and then thrown out the window.
Disregarded,
Yeah. But, we'll have to see. But then, is Gmax just a failing feature in general? This is something I've spoke about with, a few friends. In 4 weeks, we've got GoFest period coming up. And, mate, we have got literally nothing about any Gmaxes, Dynamaxes at in-person events. And to me, that is kind of fucking odd.
Apart from, did they do it, when they had the Go Wild area? Was that, because obviously I remember the Go Wild area global, you're able to do it anywhere. Was there any Gmax related? What's that?
Toxicity.
Yeah, so you were able to obviously do that anywhere, but there was a lot going on. Obviously, was there not, correct me if I'm wrong, was there not an in-person Go Wild area somewhere?
Yeah, in Fukuoka.
Did they have Gmax and DMAX stuff there?
Yeah.
Okay, so is that safe to say that's the only time that...
An in-person event, yeah.
Do you feel like... Oh, no, they wouldn't, obviously, because we'd know by now. Because, obviously, we've got the introduction of the adventure effects.
Yeah.
For Crown, Formalization, and Zamazenta. Yeah, but it's weird that it's not like GoFest or...
Yeah. Granted, okay, maybe it might be a bit overwhelming to try and do raid and Gmax.
I'm fucking glad it's not, to be honest, but I get what you're saying,
But for a feature that they've obviously put a lot of resources into implementing and are pushing it quite heavily.
You'd want to think they'd try and push it at their biggest event of the year.
Yeah, their biggest event of the year.
Yeah.
To me, that makes no fucking sense. Personally, to me, that makes no sense.
Even if it's just like a small pool, as in there's an option to be able to do them. Imagine, right? You've not really engaged with this feature a lot because you're in a small area, but you're going GoFest and it's like I'm buzzing because for me, to be honest, I play this game most when I'm like I have extended time off work. That's the most I play this game. Like, and it make up for all the times that maybe I don't play the game. But like, can you imagine? Go on, what are you saying?
Sorry, I'm going to interrupt you, right? I just want to shout out, right? All you man in my pub watching this, I've just received a picture message, right? So there's 4 of them in the pub all watching the fucking podcast.
Is it safe to show? Wait, it's safe to show, okay.
Yeah. Right. They're all
I can see them, man. I see them in the chat. I see FD Tim in there. I see Dodie in there. Alright, I see fucking Plonker in there.
Mate, you lot are fucking something else, man.
Mate, get it up, Get it up on the fucking.
Loving the views, man. We love it. Fucking hell.
Can you not cast it on the old screen? Get it all fucking.
Skies,
Get the old Boozy watching.
Imagine, holy shit.
I booze you. Anyway, but yeah, it is weird that at their sort of premiere event that they have like each year, GoFest is like the staple event. You know, if you're only able to go to one event in a year, you'll probably choose GoFest over anything because it's got a bit of everything. So it's surprising that they don't have any GMAX or any, but that's because obviously they want people to go hell for leather for raids. So it's a hard one. It is a difficult one.
Okay, but then hear me out, right? GMAX makes, like, battle for battle, GMAX makes more money.
Yeah.
Than a raid.
Yeah.
Right. But like I said, just for me, it just kind of doesn't make any fucking sense, you know. But then, you know, maybe not for in-persons, but maybe for the globals where it's generally kind of split into 2 days. You know, maybe day 1 is raid day, and you know, day 2 is then like a GMAX.
But we all know day 2 is raid day. It always is. Or at least this year, Global Go Fest, it's like that's Zacian, isn't it?
Yeah,
that's fully going to be raid day. But yeah, I get what you're saying. It would be nice if they were able to implement it somehow because it might be a good way of.
No, not even nice. To me, it just makes no sense.
No sense not to have it.
Yeah, right. Because it's a feature that they've obviously put a lot of resources and money into.
Yeah,
and they want people to care about the feature. But then not having the feature available at the biggest events of the year, it's just kind of, to me, that's just kind of bad planning, right? You know, you're just kind of, I don't know, you're just kind of setting the feature up for failure.
Yeah,
right?
If it's not at your big event. Like, it's like, I'm trying to think of can you think of an in real world comparison where it's like, I don't know. I'm probably asking a lot off the dome here.
Yeah,
but like,
man, you're asking a lot, brother.
Right. If any of you Elephant and Castle cunts know of an IRL sort of comparison to make, speak now. Right, there's a few of you, a few brains. Bang your little brain cells together and think of something, and we'll.
You rats.
Yeah, we'll confirm whether we.
It's just
it's a thing.
The only thing I could think of is that they're gonna surprise us and be like, oh, you can use Zacian and Zamazenta in DMAX, GMAX raids.
Like the crown form, yeah.
Yeah, that's. What's going to grocery store more hungry? You want to eat everything?
No.
Wait, you fucking.
See, this is the point. This is the point, yeah. Missed it. Right, anyway. I actually want to think of one. I don't want to dedicate too much time to it, though. But in general, so it's something that they're pushing throughout the year, and then it's not there when it really needs to be there.
You can really, count
Mate,
it.
We can make a football comparison to this. We can do it with anything. You can make football comparisons with anything. You must be able to. It's like, I don't know, man. It's like Harry Kane just being there in the qualifying and not turning up when you need him, sort of thing. I don't know. It's like, it's...
That's such a shit one.
I know, man. Listen, I'm going through it at the minute, right? Let me land, right? I've landed. I've got nothing, man. Let me get off the plane. But,
Mate, you had landed, man. You crashed, right? You
man.
Crashed, right?
Yeah. I had a dream last night.
777.
That was my dream last night, innit?
I had the craziest sleep last night.
Yeah, long day. Long day. But speaking of planes, because I'm tired of Pogo, how was your trip to Japan? You've not spoke about it.
I don't want to talk about it.
Why, man? No, we want to. We want to hear it. These lot want to hear it.
Because I know those fuckers are watching downstairs, right? Right. And I guarantee, any second now,
Mike's gonna come up. No, he said it already. He said it already. You missed it.
Yeah. I mean, you didn't know Josh had been to Japan. He's not something. Yeah, fuck you, Mike. You fucking rat bastard.
Mike, we got him. We got him. Fucking hook, line, and sinker.
Tired of this, grandpa. Tired of this, man.
Big nibbles. Oh, funny, man.
Yeah, show us your big nibbles, mate. Oh, wow. Fucking rat. Well, mate, I thought you were going to fully, like, get the kit off then as well. You know,
wish.
how many Maggies you had?
Over the past, today or a few days?
But can I just say, drinking Maggies casually is actually, like, insane work.
This is the disclaimer. All guests and hosts have the choice to drink responsibly, and we're making our own choices.
No, but a Maggie is a pre-drink to going out, not pre-drinks to watching Corey on the sofa with the missus.
I watch Corey.
So why is that now your drink of choice?
Tastes nice, isn't it? It's tonic wine. It's got It says it doesn't have medicinal properties, but I'm convinced it does because it's made me feel great.
Oh, well, you got the old fucking.
Oh, strong arm, man, like a baby holding an orange.
Yeah,
you want to see? Yeah, let's do that. Yeah.
Oh, mate, you can't stand up on the pod no more.
Man, I've been needing a piss for about how long have we going? 55, man. I got an absolute hard on. Anyway, guys, we're gonna talk about something else, right? So who would win? 100 people versus one gorilla.
Mate, okay. Right,
okay, we are. See, we got it.
The end on, right? We got 10 more minutes and then I'm going back to pub, right? I have seen so many people talk about this debate online. For anyone who lives under a rock, right, there's this debate. Who wins in a fight? Hand-to-hand combat, no help, right? 100 humans or one gorilla.
No weapons.
Right? If you say anything but the gorilla, you're a fucking idiot.
Can I propose 100 people to... Do you think there are any combination of 100 people that can do it? Like, throughout, not alive now, but like in history. There has to be, man. You're telling me there've not been 100 absolute world beaters that could take on a little monkey?
Yeah. Say that again?
Do you not feel like there are 100 people in the world throughout existence that could take on a gorilla?
Yeah.
There we go then.
But realistically, when is that scenario ever going to happen?
Well, it's a hypothetical scenario, Josh. We're talking. There's never gonna. It's not going to be a staged event, right? Where you and the boys are going to. Let's go scrap a gorilla after a pub. Like it's not. We're talking hypothetically.
Mate, you're drinking Maggies on your own on Saturday night. Anything could fucking happen, right? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm not going. There's no. I don't know where the nearest zoo is. Right? Let's check where the nearest zoo is. Chat. It's probably closed now. It's a weekend. Hey Google, where is the nearest zoo to Loughborough?
I found a couple of places near Loughborough. The first one is Twycross Zoo. The second one is Wildlife Area.
Right, we're going to Twycross Zoo and we're scrapping.
We're rocking up. Right, everyone pull up, man. Let's fucking do it, man. No, but listen, I'm telling you, it's not happening, right? It's not happening. People don't understand how strong gorillas are, right? And someone in the chat said that the gorilla will gas out. Gorillas don't gas out, man. Like when gorillas are angry, man, they switch, man. They're fucking lethal, bro. They are lethal. It ain't happening.
Do you feel like there's 100 of the same person, like 100 like Joes or like 100 Dodies that could like? Because I looked up, I see like, do you feel like there's 100 like Mikes or like
100 Joes would be? Yeah, you talk the cunt to death. That's what. 50 Joes and 50 Mikes, and they just brain rot TikTok. Fucking
they're just there like. They're just there like.
Yeah. No, they're all just scrolling TikTok and fucking just showing the girl at the phone of the shit memes. Yeah, exactly. Man said 100 Dodies, man. No, man. Why are you feeding Dodie to the gorilla for, man?
Feed him to the lions. No, do you seriously think there could be 100 of the same individual that could do it? Like 100 Chuck Norris or...
That's what I knew you were going to say that. I mean,
because you know I've got a case. There we go, chat. We got a case.
yeah, but that's not fucking realistic, is it?
I meant 100 Joe. I meant like Joe Goldbergs, not like Joe Lee's. Like
No, because 100 Joe Lees would be fucking crazy, man. To be fair, if there was 100 Joe Lees, the gorilla would kill itself. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
For that,
game over. You know what I mean?
It'd be like Dragon's Den. For that reason alone, I'm out.
Yeah, I'm out.
See you
Fucking
later.
yeet. You know what I mean? But no, like, if we're doing it in purely like hypothetical, right? So okay, so you take the population of the world, okay, and you randomly get selected 100 people. You can't choose. How often do you think those random batches of 100 people are ever going to win?
I don't know, man. Like, it depends what we're classing as a win. Are we saying if the gorilla's dead?
If the gorilla's dead, what do you mean a win? It's not buying you a pint and going, yeah, fair enough. No, it's fucking dead, bro.
What's a win? Like, in this, is it like death?
Yes.
Okay, no, because I thought like if we had it like pinned, then it was like, man, I'm done ski. Like we're taking that.
Mate,
walk away.
Listen. First and foremost, you could not pin a gorilla. It's not happening.
No, I know I could have. That's why I was talking hypothetically, like about the Joe Goldbergs.
No, because I had this argument with Jay the other day, right? And this is how fucking stupid the human race is, right? He says, right, listen, right? He said 100 people just gather in a circle around it and pile it. Do you understand how angles and maths works? Like, 100 people, right? You would have to stand far apart. When you're rushing in, the circle gets smaller, right? You're not fucking dogpiling a fucking gorilla, right? It's not right. The gorilla's picking you up and fucking swinging you around like fucking like Loki in the fucking Avengers.
Yeah.
Right?
Once it picks up the first couple Donnies, at least half of the others are running, and then you're left with 40 people, and then your chances of survival, let alone winning, are just like depleting. Absolutely depleting. But
it's not happening. It's not happening. I'm telling you, it's not happening.
Someone's got to try it. Like there must be a country where it's like sort of they just
where it's legal to fight.
You didn't see no gorilla fights in Japan.
I said there's got to be a country where it's legal to scrap a gorilla. That is fucking ridiculous. Mate, we've said some dumb shit on this podcast, all right? But that is up there. Man said there's got to be a country in the world where it's legal to scrap a gorilla.
First and foremost, if you lot are clipping this, right, you better. But first and foremost, I didn't say legal. You said legal, right?
You were just rocking up to like Zimbabwe off the EasyJet flight and just fucking start swinging fists.
What I was gonna say, where it's like socially acceptable, like you know how you get like bullfighting in like you know the.
That's not socially acceptable though.
No, that's what I'm saying. If there's a place that was socially acceptable to just scrap gorillas. What? What do you mean? There's got to be,
man.
What
do you mean? Holy shit. Man said...
You can fight Listen, you can fight anything nowadays if you're brave enough, right? You just gotta strap in and just get on with it.
Let me get on Google real quick.
Right, now you're checking it. They see chat. We've got a case, man. Clip it, man. We've got a case. There's got to be somewhere where someone is training. What do you do for a living, sir? What's your profession? I scrap gorillas. Like, that's got to be the one. Like, as in, like, sort of friendly, like sparring. Like, they're not, like, trying to restrain or put down a gorilla because then there's, like, a lot of moral complications there and a lot of, you know, things that
I'm going to Google what I was about to Google. I was literally about to Google countries where it's okay to fight animals.
Mate, let's ask Google. Hey Google, where is it socially acceptable to engage in hand-to-hand combat with gorillas?
I'm not sure about the answer to your specific question.
Oh, fuck off.
According to ecoventures.faris.com, the best place in Africa where to a gorilla tour to interact closely with the gorillas is in Uganda, Rwanda and DR Congo,
yeah, we're going
which host the 4 national parks that are home the only remaining mountain gorillas.
I say interact and engage, like not. It didn't say
Interact. Scrap.
It didn't say engage. Yeah, it didn't specify like engage in hand to hand. But listen, if shit kicks off, looks at one of you wrong, then it's a long day to be a gorilla. You know what I mean?
You're a dickhead, man. You're a dickhead. Right. That feels like a good time to end it because I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm gagging for a pint, and I do want to talk about Japan. But I know those rats are watching, and Mike is fucking beating his meat in the corner, just fucking waiting to meme it or some shit.
Fucking elephant and castle, they're just knocking one out. Is that what they do? Yeah. Crazy, man. King of the castle, king of the castle.
Mate, what's crazy is that wouldn't be the weirdest thing that I've seen in this game. Like,
fuck's sake.
you know what I mean?
All the boys.
Mate, too bad. Like, next month I got you and Joe staying in the alley, so... You know what I mean? Yeah, mate, look, man's fucking tornado in a fucking Maggie.
And it was like the tiniest drop left, man. Listen, we timed it to perfection, man. These can go here with the boys.
Wait, have you finished 2 Maggies?
What? Yeah, they're only 200 mil, aren't they? It's like 400 mils less than a pint.
Whoa. You finished 2 Maggies in the time we've done a podcast?
Yeah, it's like 200 mil. It's about 400 mils of liquid.
Thomas, look me in the eyes. You finished 2 Maggies.
Are you saying
we've recorded this podcast?
Are you saying I should have done more? Is that where we're going?
I'm saying you've got a fucking problem, mate.
That I should have done more?
No, you shouldn't have.
Are you saying the ratio of liquid consumed to time we've gone live is insufficient?
No, I'm saying you have a problem. You can't be finishing 2 Maggies in your office on a Saturday night.
Aye, someone else has called it the office. I told you it was an office. Anyway, right, we had pasta with chili. So to be honest, my mouth was on fire a bit. That's why in the chat they were getting on to man saying I need a sunscreen. I didn't. I was just.
No, they weren't.
They were. They did. Ask Mike. They said. They said you need. No. They said you need a translator and I need sunscreen.
Brother, you're an idiot. The sun was fucking shining through your window. You look like the fucking. Like, the 7 angels of heaven were fucking shining on your face, you dickhead. Not because your face was red.
No, they said I need something. Need spray.
Hey, Mike, give us confirmation. Which one was it?
He said sun cream.
His face was red? Oh, there was so much fucking light on his face.
Okay, why would they need sun cream if I'm pale? That's what he said. Right. I need a VAR on this.
Mike, stop fucking copy pasturing bullshit.
And to be honest, look. Listen, it is bright outside, right? I admit that. And my face gets red. And I had chili on the pasta. Hence why the Maggies went down. An absolute sensational.
You don't, listen, first of all, you don't use fucking Maggies to calm fucking heat, alright? First things first, right?
They got medicinal properties. I don't care what the bottle says.
Alright, hang on. I'm going to time this bastard out.
Who, Mike? No, don't time him out. The viewers, man. Why are you timing out the viewers? Chat, I don't know what's going on. He'll give you the answer downstairs. Look, it's a sloth.
Well, he's not going to suck me off, is he? Right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to...
sloth. That's what it's called, man. Serious sloth. I'm just reading the name of the emote. Serious nosh. You're going to get a serious
Get me out of here. Mike, order me a Guinness, you fucking rat. I'll be there in a minute.
Spread them.
Fucking bastard.
I'll be there in a minute.
Spread them. I'll be there in an hour. Thomas, pleasure as always, man. Next week we'll have an actual catch-up episode. We've kind of made this like a nerd episode.
Well, we'll talk about Japan.
Yes.
Promise?
Promise.
Okay. Boys, be there. He's going to talk about Japan. He's not mentioned it. Right, guys. We are gonna raid out. But we're gonna round this one up first. Thank you so much for everyone tuning in live. If you're listening back on YouTube, Apple Music Podcast, Spotify Podcast, all of the relevant streaming platforms.
Music Podcast.
That's what it's called, Apple Music Podcast. Man, get with it, mate. I know it's been a while.
It's not.
It fucking is. It's called Apple Music Podcasts. You think it's just called Apple Podcasts?
Yeah, because it is. No. It's just podcasts.
Same thing, man. It's on Apple Music. It doesn't matter. Right, guys.
It's not. It's got its own app called Podcasts.
Yeah, but Spotify also has its own, like, specific podcast app. Or, like, creators app. Anyway. Fuck off, Dodie. Right, guys. We're raiding out now.
Fuck your mum, bro, innit?
No, because that would be wrong. That'll be wrong. Right, guys.
I was just going to get a spray tan.
Mate, you lot are going to get fucking sprayed in a minute with my spaff if you lot don't fucking
Hey,
behave.
what? What the
Yeah.
I just got bare horny out of nowhere.
No, I told you I've been needing the toilet. Anyway, guys, it's been a pleasure. We'll see you guys next week. Josh.
Peace, love, positivity.
Positivity.
Peace you.